Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tip Betting Tips. We've got the postman joining us today. Good evening, the postman.
Yeah, good evening, guys. How are things going?
Good, thank you. Welcome aboard on the podcast for the net. Um, Hello, the kid, AD. How are you?
How's it going, guys? All good? My side.
Okay, son. We're going to start off with race one. And remember, the jackpot one starts off in race one. I'm going to hand over to the postman so he can give us his selections.
Yeah, look, very sad that the Joburg horses haven't made it to Cape Town. I mean, I thought a lot massive chances, but we can discuss that another day. Um, I personally think that in the first race, horse number 8, Roman Agent is the one at 7-1 here. First time out ran second to Lion Rampart, you know, 3/4 lengths. That was Lion Rampart's second run, so obviously to racing. Second time out, Roman Agent came out and he won really, beating Cold Shine in a feature. What we're going to take note of that as well. That is my first selection at 7-2. Jackpot, I'm going to probably go 8, 12, 2. I'm going to put the three of them in my jackpot in order of 2.
Okay, thanks for that. The kid, what do you fancy in the first race?
I agree with the postman. I do think that number 8, Roman Agents, is the right horse in the race, especially at 7-2. Probably have a small win bet on that. In terms of the others, I think it will be a boat race between 8 and 2. And if you're looking for a horse to run into the back end of quartets, that first time our wings are changed. That's not a bad horse from the talk.
Okay, thank you for that. Guys, in that race, I fancy the 2 there, Lion Rampant. You guys know I work to a little system, so that's on my little system that I've got. But I also have your numbers filling up the minor placings. So I've gone 2, 8, 15, and 12. I think that's going to be enough for us to survive the jackpot first leg. All in agreement with that?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, we're going to rock on to race 2. I'm going to go to the kid for race 2. What do you fancy there?
Well, I think it's quite a competitive field, most being first timers. I do think number 19, Handsome Prince, is the principal runner. Won very well last time out. Obviously, talked to the master. Wasn't fancied. We know the Vaughan Marshall stable. If they fancy their horses back home, they do attract a lot of money. But 19-6, and then if you're looking for a horse to run third, I like this horse 3, Sicily. They paid a lot of money for it. I think they paid 550,000 for it, if I'm not mistaken. Dean Caname can get them ready first time out, and you can go with those. But in terms of having a bet, probably stay out. Too many first timers. Don't know much about them.
Yeah, I also advise that, and I think the postman does as well. Guys, it's hard enough to choose a winner. So if there's a lot of first timers in the race, follow the money or stay out and wait for the next race. But postman, what do you fancy there?
Yeah, before I get into my selection, I really think it's letting the public basically guess with regards to buy pots and things like that. I really think it's wrong. We shouldn't be doing that. 20 horses and most of them haven't run. I mean, that's no bloody good. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you there. Yeah, it's basically throw a dart. That's what you
Yeah,
can say.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're looking at what's even worse. They're 2-year-olds. You know, they can improve lengths in a matter of weeks. So I'm not going to get involved here. I'm going to put 2 horses. If I go out, I go out. But it's either I'm going to go 19 by 10. That's where it ends.
Okay, 19 by 10. Okay, what are we going to go? I had to win there. I had the 19 to win, and I had the 6 for second.
Just go 19, 6, and 10.
19,
Yeah,
6,
but
and 10.
the patrons must. I wouldn't get too involved in the jackpot one. I really wouldn't.
Yeah,
No,
you're throwing money away.
Waste of time.
You're throwing money
Yeah,
away.
It's a waste of
and
time.
the only way one can sort of, I know it's lousy to talk, is, well, if nobody takes a jackpot, yes, maybe power to stop putting fuels like this in exotic. I don't agree with it. I really don't. And like I said, the train working well. Well, that's great, but there's 20 horses. If 8 are working well, what do you put all 8 plus another 8 horses that have run? No, man. It's just unfair.
Okay, what we'll do is with that jackpot one, I'm happy to stay out of jackpot one, but we will still put our selections up for the guys.
Yeah.
And if they want to use our selections and play around with them and do a jackpot for themselves, but we're not going to tip a jackpot one. We're basically guessing in that second race.
100%. 100%.
Okay, we're going to. I must also add that in my selections when I was doing the card, I had Handsome Prince as a best bet at 33 to 10. But also, you can't make it a best bet to have a punt because you don't know the first timers.
100%. 100%.
All right, so I'm gonna start in race 3. Race 3, I've gone with the 8 here. Green with Envy. I've gone with that. I've actually gone 8, 9, 11, and 10. That's what I've got on my little system. The postman, what have you got?
If I was playing a jackpot one, my chances are banker 8.
Okay, you also fancy the 8 there.
I think in this field, I think 14 to 10. It's still worth a small touch. I mean, he ran third, 1600, and if you watch the rerun there, he was running on at the death. Would indicate to us that he should get the on that. And again, what we're going to look at when they go around the bend, especially in the third race, sixes, they incline to come around the bend and all drift to the outside, and they're winning. So if that happens, draws immaterial. You don't want to be drawn down the inside. So if you 13, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, put those horses in. If you draw on one, wrong side of the track, unfortunately, there's been a hell of a bias at Kenilworth in the law. So we need to take this into consideration. If you're playing a jackpot one, go them. We can see if there is a bias where they're going. But yeah, I take a chance of bank.
Okay, thank you. The kid, do you have anything to add to that?
Not too much to add. I do think the 8 is the right horse in the field. I do think number 9, Call to Unite, must be in with a shot. But if Green with Envy runs to its last form and Snow Pilot ran in the Cape Guineas, it's grade 1 form. It should be too good. It's well in on the weights. Everything is in its favour. I do like a horse here, number 5, called Holding Thumbs. They fancied it last time out. They put the money down like soldiers and collected. I do think the extra 200 meters won't be a problem for it. It's got a nice light weight, and that could run into the back end of your places or quartets if you're looking for swingers for the swinger boys.
Okay, that's the 5. Okay. The postman, what would you go in the PA?
Sorry, you broke up. What would I?
What would you go in the PA? Would you banker in the first leg, or would you?
Yeah, banker the 8.
Banker the 8.
Banker
what I'm saying? You're not going to spend. I don't want to spend too much money on jackpot one, really.
Okay.
take your chances in or out. You know, we've got forces by 3, by banker, whatever the case is, from there.
Okay. All right, we're going to move on to race 4. I'm going to let you start first leg of the pick 6. I'm going to let you go with that. We don't play pick 6s at Top Tipper, but for the guys that want to follow us and work around a firm, you can use our numbers and add in or take out what you want. The postman, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Cheers, Steve. Look, first section for me is this Quasi for sure. You know, rate this horse. It really runs well. I mean, that second to Winchester Man, that I think the 1400 meters, shoot this one down to the ground. Peter must run out to Cape Town to have a look at the weather. That I can promise you. Daniel's been riding really strong boy. And that's my first selection. I've gone 6x4. These 6 around about 33 to 10. If it goes down to the start, I'm going to have a small tickle on that one.
Okay, I've also gone 6x4, to be honest with you. I've gone 6, 4, 1, and 7. The kid, do you have anything to add to that?
Not too much. I don't fancy the race. I do like At My Command, but I have given up on it, to be quite honest. We did have Mucho Dinero last time at 8 to 1. But it's between the 2 horses, Quasi for sure, At My Command. And if you go those 2, you probably won't go too wrong.
You have those 2 in your PA?
Yeah, you go those
Absolutely.
2, you'll be fine. You'll get through.
Okay, so we're going to go 6 and 4 for the PA. I'm going to hand over to the kid for race 5. That's going to be first leg of the second jackpot. So we're going to start tipping the second jackpot from here, guys.
Race 5, Winter Cloud. I like the source. I think it's worth a punt at 15 to 10. They haven't stopped putting the money all week. Early doors, I got about 3 to 1. Had a nice little touch at 3 to 1. I do think it's the principal runner. We did have it last time out as a value bet. Just didn't seem to be going all that well. Aldo takes the ride. I can promise you Aldo's not sweating for 56.5 for nothing. And then to back it up, I like the stable companion Distant Winter. If you look at some of their earlier form, they've been on top of each other the whole way through their form. And I like those 2, and I'll be taking the swingers on those. But as far as having a bet, I think you can have a nice win bet on Winter Cloud.
Okay, thanks for that, the kid. The postman.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I think, you know, it's the 2 bankers. This one and the one that comes later. Yeah, Winter Cloud. But I do fancy a bit in the 5th race as well. He's riding, you know, long odds, 52 on his back. I certainly think Sydney's good enough for me to run and maybe take a couple of swingers with it. But I do think Kids Ride, I think the 5 is the right banker.
What was that one you were talking about?
Number 9, Sidley.
Sidley,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Okay. So the postman's going 5 and 9, the kid's going 5 and 2. I went 5, 16, 12, 11. So what are we going to go with our PA and our jackpot, guys? PA, we go 5, 2, and 9.
No, banker the 5.
Other races are stronger. If they want to add something in and go, you know, that's one's prerogative. But I would take a chance on banker the 5, you know, out.
Okay, we're going to banker the 5. And jackpot?
Same.
Banker the 5.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as Aldo's not going to sit in a sweat box and run for bugger all. That's for darn sure.
Okay.
I can promise you that.
Okay. All right, we're going to go on to race 6. Race 6, I like Isi Vungu Vungu. I made that a hard horse to beat at 15 to 10. That's one of my best bets on the card. So I'm going to go number 9, Isibungu Bungu. And then for second, I've got the 11, which is Cold Hard Stare.
No, the 11 Sergey.
11
Oh, sorry,
Sergey.
I've got 11 Sergey there. Yeah, I've got 9 and 11. Do you want to add anything to that, Postman?
Yeah, I like Darcy. I like 4x9, 4x9, 9x4.
Okay.
I know this really, really highly. Darcy is a very good sort. 1,000, I'm saying it's a tad short, but I don't think it's a Kenilworth 1,000 meters. Not the easiest in the country. I think this will jump. Like you would take one of the horses to Cape Town again to have a look at the bloody beach.
True.
For me,
True.
4-9. That's
True.
that's my. I'm not going to go more than that. There's other races that I'm going to add in, but 4-9 for me.
Okay, the kid. Do you have any more for that leg?
No, you should get through the 4 and 9. I do like the 9 very strong.
Okay, that's fine. So we're going to go 9, 11, and 4.
Here's a question.
Yes.
Here's a quick question. Isibungu Fungu Hollywood Syndicate. I know Rich has ridden it all the time. Christian rode it. Surely, I mean, hey, if my son was coming out from the UK, I would Mr. Del Pesh or Owen's ears and say, listen, the son is coming out here. Why can't he?
Yeah, I agree with you there, the Postman. I can't comment on that. I just don't know why they don't listen to Peter.
He's sponsored by them. Like it's
who? Richard's
sponsored by Winning Form, so they're not going to take him off at the last minute because he's coming down to Cape Town. But I get what you're saying. But if all goes to plan, the talk is that the Suns come down to ride Quasi for Sean and post to that home. So
nice double.
I know they're on the
nice double. I like
the double's on. The double's on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I prefer Isibungu Fungu better than the other one, to be quite honest.
Okay.
All right, the Postman, you're going to carry on with race 7 for us?
Yeah, there we go. For me, I'm having a very nice bet on horse number 4, Red Palace. I think they can go through, put a line through the last run. We heard Anthony said after the race, 5-1. I think by the time 3.5-1, I promise you. Yeah, there we go. From 2 and 5.
So you're going 4, 2, and 5.
Yeah.
The kid, are you going to add anything in there?
We had Beach Bomb last time out. We did make it a good bet on the card, and we had a touch at that at 5-1. It's a different race, however, and I do think Red Palace. He was caught in 2 minds what to do, what not to do. This time I think they will take it to the front. He'll set his own fractions. He won't let the horse fight like he did the last time. Princess Kala, I think, is a runner as well. I know she's getting a little bit on, and she doesn't look to have that finish that she once did. But pace never suited her last time. But I like number 4, Red Palace, and at 5-1, it's a bit of a steal at that price, I think.
Okay, and we haven't seen the race call.
Sorry, what was that, the Postman?
I said we haven't seen each other's race. No idea what you fancied, but we both seem to be looking at the same one.
On my little system, I've got Princess Kala to win. Just for your heads up, boys. I had 5-11. Yeah, 5-11, 6-9. That's what I had. So we're going 4-2-5 there. You happy with that, guys, to go through with the jackpot and the PA? Are we going to add the 11 in for the jackpot?
No, 4, 5, and 11. You can leave the 2 at the front door.
Okay. Where did I get the 2 from?
I fancied 2, but it's fine.
Yeah, listen, the 2 will definitely run into the back end of quartets and maybe run third or second.
But I'm going 4, 5, 2, and 11 there, boys. 4, 4, 2, 5 for the PA, and we'll move on to race 8. I'm going to have the kid. You're going to carry on with race 8 for us.
Well, the talk for quite a while has been this horse Bavarian Beauty. I don't think it's much of a secret how much the stable fancy the horse. I think they're definitely coming down to collect the 5 million first prize check and go home 5 million richer. I do think it's the right horse in the race. Wants to fill the minor placings. Taylor the Comet. It's been a little bit disappointing in Cape Town, and I'm not sure. I think she's a better sprinter. I think she's a better 1400 horse, to be quite honest. I do like a horse at a bit of a price here. Number 14, Ready to Charge. I think that's worth a each way play at 25 to 1. You probably get about 4 to 1 for a place. But this horse, Bavarian Beauty, if she brings some of that earlier form, she'll definitely win this race. There's a lot of horses here that there's question marks over the distance. King of Ghouls, all these sort of horses, do they stay the distance? Bavarian Beauty is tried and tested. She's beaten some good horses over the distance, and she's the right horse to win the 5 million.
Yeah, I know the talk all week up in Joburg has been Bavarian Beauty. I tipped that for first, and I actually tipped the 14 for second there. Yeah, I tipped the 14 for second. We're gonna carry on with race 8, guys. The postman, I'm gonna hand you over for your selections on race 8.
Okay, guys, race 8. Much pace in the race. I think there's about 5 or 6 horses that will go up there. Beauty, very good. Tail the Comet, very good. I'm hoping they cut each other's throats. 11 by 10 and 8. I'm hoping 11 arrives. If that one arrives, 2 winners in closure.
Okay, I'm going to add that 11 in to that jackpot 2. Are you guys happy with that? 10, 8, 14, 11?
100%.
Okay, Kim, are you happy with that?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go on to jackpot 3. I'm going to start with that race number 9, and I've gone with See It Again, the Met. I remember telling you guys the King's Plate Day, I would have taken Charles Dickens on to See It Again. Charles Dickens to win the plate, on to See It Again to win the Met. However, I couldn't get a bet on. No bookmaker would lay me that bet at that time. Couldn't find anyone here from Ireland. But I've gone 11. I can't see it getting beat. I heard that the horse is in a very good place. They weren't aiming the horse for the King's Plate. This is what I'm hearing. And they were aiming it for this race on Saturday. So that's all I can add from my side. I don't know what you guys fancy. If you fancy anything to beat it. I'm going to hand you over to the postman. The postman, can you add anything there that you fancy?
Look, for me, this is for See It Again. Really, really, really. The only other horse I thought that had a chance is Taylor Made. I remember going up to Summerfest a couple of weeks back. Everybody See It Again. You know, they were talking about the 3-year-olds and really, I don't know. I think the confidence is there for me back. However, I will always take swingers and things with. You can't back this horse at 4 to 10.
No, not a chance.
No, so I'm taking rough Go 2, 9, 11, box that for £6 and see what bloody happens.
Okay, I know they rate that double superlative.
They're two real roughies.
Okay, but do you fancy anything as well?
Well, I think if Seed again loses, I think it will be probably one of the biggest upsets I've seen in keepers since I've started watching horse racing. I can't see it
since the age of 8.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
Your old man's a pedo, eh?
Listen, if it loses, I can promise you now, who's ever got the pick 6 ticket with the winning horse, if it loses, there'll be an upset. That's what I say. Probably can play Rascallion. Yeah, I carry out. Probably play Rascallion for a place, but you know, this horse. Listen, I don't like to say horses can't lose, but I can't see this one losing, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't. Are we bankering that in the PA, the last leg, guys?
No, yeah. It won't miss the first 3 anyway.
Can't miss the first 3.
Can't miss the first.
Are we bankering it in the first leg of the jackpot?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to move on to the 10th race. We're not going to spend too much money there because I think that race is done and dusted with See It Again. If you can find something to beat it, well, then good luck to you. But I heard the horse is in such a good space. One of my mates went into the Paddy Cryer yard where the horse is, and he said that they have never seen a horse looking so good. And this is genuine horse racing people. So that they say that it can't get beat, but you never know. Who's gonna the kid? The postman. You're gonna go on to race 10, second leg of the third jackpot.
Short and sweet. 2 horses for me. 3, I think, is one of the better. I throw the 13 in with it, so I'm going to go 3 and 13 in the 10th race. I'm not looking beyond.
Okay, I can tell you what, I can back you up there. I've got Aragosta as one of my best bets at 15-10 on my system.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So nice prices.
You said 3 and 13.
Yeah.
I had 13 for second there, the postman. Do you want to add anything in there for the jackpot?
No, I don't really like the race. Particularly don't like Aragosta, to be honest. I don't like these races. They always throw up a result. A lot needs to go right for these horses: pace, positioning, etc. You can maybe throw the 6 in as a roughie, but you can probably take a chance and bank the 3. Looks the right one, but I don't like anything in that race.
Okay, well, I'm going to go 3, 13, and 6, just so that if there is an upset in that race, we can stay in. Okay. The kid, I'm going to ask you to do the 11th race.
Probably the hardest race on the card. I like this horse Riverstone. Listen, with all due respect to the lady jockeys, I don't think it got helped last time out, and jumps back on board now. I think at around 10-1, I think this could be a nice each way race. Little get out stakes if you haven't already made your money. But listen, if you've made your money for the day, don't be throwing it down the Swanee. 3 and 1, no particular order, and I don't like it. I don't like the race, to be honest with you.
The postman, do you have anything to add to that race?
Yeah, look, I've gone. I thought race meeting. I think your closer race meetings. I've gone 8 to win from 9 and
8 from 9 and
10.
Okay, I also had the 8 there. I had the 13 here, guys. The 13 threw me up here. Riverstone.
It's got a chance, but it's a minefield. Like the betting 6-1 the field. It's an absolute minefield.
I'm gonna add the 13. I had it on my system for the jackpot, and we'll add it in, and hopefully with the banker of See It Again, Maybe we can get a
Yeah.
little result there, guys. You know, we've got nothing to lose. Guys, I just want to thank you for your studying this week. I know you've been studying hard this week. You guys obviously know that I play to a system, or I choose my numbers to a system. So I don't put as much studying as the kid and the postman into my cards, but I do have a lot of success. I've been doing it for the last 30 years. Guys, I just want to say as well done for last week from Saturday to today. We've been throwing up some nice results for the punters. Last week, Saturday, we tipped bar pots, PAs. We tipped best bets, value bets. So things are going well for us. Like we say, we're not going to Hollywood without presenting, but we do know horse racing. The postman, I just want you to say something to the punters or to our loyal subscribers with regards to how we put out our bets, and we like them to structure around them, and if they like anything add in or take out. If you can just add a little bit on that, because I know you're very passionate about our subscribers.
Sam, thank you. Look, after today's race meeting, I don't think we've got any money for things didn't go the way. I mean, you get stiff when the odds on runs saying you got to put a line through that. The horse breaks down, but it wasn't easy. The last two Gauteng, you put your head down, and luckily get places with some of the bookies for smaller fields, so they're covering their money. Guys, if you're taking a bet, an each way bet, like we suggest, as I always say, 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, 1 unit to win, 3 units to place. If you beat, you certainly still make some money. I mean, today I fancy that Sage, but had you structured your bet 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, you would show a small. Yeah, we do. We kick the door, throw things at the TV when they win. But at the end of the day, if you stick with us, you are certainly going to show a profit. Sadly, you know, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't 1 week, but my God, we give it a full go. And please, Lord, let it come right for us on Saturday, you know. But as I say, just be careful with the bar pots out there. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be playing a bar pot on Saturday, especially with that first leg, all those first time fair. But that's my opinion. Others love it, so give it a go.
Well, thanks for that, the postman. I am going to be tipping. Not the first bar pot, but I'm going to be tipping from the second bar pot. We will tip. Yeah, we'll tip. There's 2 bar pots. We'll tip from the second bar pot. We won't tip the first. I'm not prepared to put in and let the guys throw their money away on first timers, because it's very difficult. The kid,
100%.
do you want to add anything before we end off our discussion?
No, just take it easy, keep punting. That's about it.
Okay, the postman to close off.
Yeah. Wolves to beat Man United.
Okay.
and Villa to beat Newcastle.
Okay. I just want to let the guys know that from this weekend we're going to be putting out a treble. We're going to be doing it weekly. I'm going to be choosing a team. The postman will be choosing a team, and the kid will be choosing a team with our treble. It might be football. It might be rugby. It might be boxing. It might be MMA. Whatever treble that we choose, that we find, that we've been taking, because we've been quite successful when we do it amongst ourselves, but we want to share it with our subscribers as well from now on. Guys, remember, when you're taking a bet, we normally tip you a bar pot and a PA with a skeleton. So if you want to add in or take anything out, if there's something scratched, add in our next number, guys. I I think it was yesterday yesterday on the Gravel card. One of our horses was scratched, I think, in the 7th, and I added our horse in, and it came in. That was from the Lola Crawford yard. I think we tipped it for, well, I had it in my selections for 5th, but I went and added it in, and we ended up making some money out of it. So always look at our selections. If there's scratchings, add in what the numbers are, guys, the next numbers. Remember, guys, thank you, Postman. Thank you, the kid. We really appreciate your input and your time. And Top Tip is just going from strength to strength. Guys, remember, all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.